Conservative MP Garnet Genus joins us right now. It's nice to have you. Good morning.
Good morning, John. Thanks so much for giving me the opportunity to speak to your listeners today.
You're a lucky guy to grow up with a family name like Genius.
Well, in politics, often you want to lower expectations, though, right? So it can be a curse as well as a blessing sometimes.
Okay, so the ArriveCan app is being investigated by committee now, and what are you finding?
Yeah. Well, it's been wild. I think it's fair to say that after 8 years, people are used to seeing some scandals from this government, but this one is a real next level experience here. $54 million were spent on the ArriveCan app, which is an outrageous amount of money for the creation of an app. And what we're unveiling though isn't just problems in the procurement of this app. It's systemic government corruption in the procurement process, according to what we're hearing from witnesses. And what seems to be happening is you've got multiple different, actually very small companies, in a couple cases, two people, and they're involved in receiving contracts and subcontracting, and they take a lot of money along the way, but they're not actually doing IT work. John, a simple way to explain this is, if you hire me to paint your fence and you say you'll give me $100 to do it, and then I hire my brother to paint the fence for $50, and then you give him all the instructions on how to paint the fence, and he's getting $50 and you're paying $100, and I'm collecting $50 in between for allegedly facilitating the transaction or something, that's a big waste of money, and that's a lot of money falling through the cracks that should be staying in the hands of taxpayers. So this is what we're seeing in multiple different cases of government procurement, and it explains overspending and waste here.
Okay, so what should it have cost? Is there any idea about, can you ballpark? I always remember Scott Reed saying, why don't we just hire a bunch of kids at Waterloo and give them a case of Red Bull?
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, when conservatives were in power, we built apps for a number of different purposes. And I had spoken about this at the committee, and there was something of a range. So, there were many of them were in the cost of a few $100,000. There were, I think, one or two of the apps we built that exceeded $1 million in costs, that were more complicated. But orders of magnitude lower than what we're talking about here. But once you dig into this sort of subcontracting and multiple levels of subcontracting, you start to understand how this ended up happening. GC Strategies, this two-person company that did no IT work, got over $11 million on the ArriveCan deal. And so what did they actually do is the question on a lot of people's minds, and what we're trying to ask. So, you're right. If the government hired, some university kids, but fundamentally, if they hired anyone directly who actually did the work, instead of all these layers of middlemen. But because of all these things going on, there's more to the story as well. There were fraudulent resumes that were presented. There were instances of inflated qualifications in the process of bidding. Now the RCMP is investigating what's going on. So this isn't just high level incompetence leading to massive waste. There's also serious allegations of criminality that the RCMP are investigating as well. So tragically here, there's multiple levels of both waste and corruption.
Well, thanks for this. Good to have you.
Yeah, thanks so much for the opportunity again. Take care.